My name is Wyatt from CCE, and today we're going to walk you through how to install our CCE fog light conversion kit tied with our auxiliary harness so that you can use the aux switch inside the cab. All right, and so on the screen we'll have what tools you're going to need. And let's get started. So this install, given your skill, is going to take maybe an hour, hour and a half. It's a pretty straightforward installation. Just a very little bit of wiring. Most of it's just going to be all bolt on and a very tiny bit of cutting. So first things first, we're going to go ahead and peel back the fender liner just a tiny bit so that we can gain access to the back of this panel. All right, so in this case, this is the Bison package, but we're going to take out a couple T15 screws here so that we can peel back this fender liner a little bit and gain access to the back of that panel. So we'll go ahead and do that now. So on the Bison package, you just need to loosen the T15s on the bottom bezel, but you don't need to actually take them out. So now that the fender liner is removed, we now have access to the back of the front bezel. So next we're gonna go ahead and pop that bezel out. There's just a couple clips behind there. Sometimes it might take a good push from behind, but it will come out. So now that we've got this cut out, we're gonna go ahead and just lightly test fit our bezel to make sure that we have cut enough clearance. So not actually snapping it in, but we can just go in, put it in loosely, double check the back, make sure we are fully clear. In this case, we are. We're good to go. All right, so now that we've finished doing the trimming, we're gonna go ahead and take our drill template, put it right into place, and use a 13/64 drill bit and just open up this hole a tiny bit here. And that'll allow us to use the bolt from behind on the bezel to make sure that it is secure in place. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and walk you through how to assemble your bezel with the lights. So first we're going to use our supplied brackets, not the ones that come with the Baja Designs lights. We're going to go ahead and install this using all of the same hardware. Using these block washers, go in between the light like such. Then using a 4mm Allen key, we'll go ahead and tighten these down here, and then we can put our bolts right in. And we'll go ahead and throw another washer, and then use the hardware that is supplied by Baja Designs for the nuts. All right, so now that we've got our bezel fully assembled, the next step is to go ahead and just snap it into place. All right, we are now fully clipped into place. All right, so now that we've got this clipped in, we're gonna go ahead and put in the bolt from behind. We're gonna go ahead and use this, and it's a 3mm Allen screw. All right, so now that the bezel is completely installed, we're gonna go ahead and get into wiring. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and show you how to wire it using our optional auxiliary switch harness. We'll go ahead and do that now. So first, we're gonna wanna go ahead and remove this fuse box cover right here. For the main power source, we're gonna go ahead and run the positive to this stud here, just before the bus bar. And then for the ground, we're gonna go ahead and go straight to the battery. So using a 13mm socket, we're gonna go ahead and loosen this nut. And we're gonna go ahead and attach our power. So next we're gonna go ahead and mount the relay. You can really mount it anywhere. In this instance, since we have the available spots up here, we're gonna go ahead and mount it to these studs here. Using a 10 millimeter, we're gonna go ahead and fasten it on. And if you do wanna use this as the mounting source, this is an M6x1 nut that you would use on the stud. All right, so next we're gonna go ahead and take a 10 millimeter socket and loosen up this ground stud here and remove the nut. Mount this here. And go ahead and put the nut back on and tighten it. So now that we've gone ahead and wired the positive and negative, we're gonna go ahead and run our blue cable into the cab to the aux switch. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and punch a hole through this grommet, but we're gonna come in from the other side, the cab side. We are gonna go ahead and punch a hole right here, right at the edge of this arrow. So we went ahead and pushed through with our grommet tool. So now we can go ahead and go to the engine side and we can fish the blue wire through. So we'll go ahead and do that now. Okay, so next we're gonna go ahead and take our blue trigger wire and run this in the cab through the hole that we just punched. We have a pretty cool tool that allows us to punch through the grommet, and it's kind of like a sharp straw that we can go ahead and then run the wire through. So we'll go ahead and go back down through that grommet. So now you can see that the wire is coming through our tool, and then from there we can go ahead and pull the slack. And we can just pull our tool back out. So next you'll see this wire here with a kind of a little bit of a black cap. Should be, I believe, blue with a white stripe on it. We're gonna go ahead and undo some of the loom and gain access to that cable. So this cable here, and we're gonna go ahead and cut the tip of it off, and then we'll go ahead and splice it to the blue wire that we just ran into the cab. All right, so now that we've got our wire located for the factory aux switch in this kick panel here, we're going to go ahead and just cut off the black cap, and then we're going to go ahead and strip a tiny bit of it off. Okay. And then next we're going to go ahead and just cut our blue cable to length, giving us a little bit of slack here in case we ever need to service it at all. Cut. We're going to go ahead and strip this as well. And then we're going to go ahead and take our supplied heat shrink crimp and go ahead and crimp the two wires together. So now that we are crimped, we can go ahead and take a heat gun and heat shrink these to make a complete seal. Now that we've go ahead and got this wire all completed, we're gonna go and just tuck it up and away. And then we'll leave this exposed while we go wire the rest of the lights, and then we will do a function test before we tuck everything away. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and run the cables to the actual lights. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and remove this panel here with multiple clips that we've already pulled ahead. So we'll slip this out, and then we're gonna go ahead and run the wires down through the bottom there. Okay, so for the driver's side, we went ahead and ran the cable straight through here, underneath this fuse box, down through a little soft portion of the radiator, ran it along the bottom through here, and then back through another side, kind of like soft rubber piece of the radiator again, and then straight through into the fender well. We finally have the cable right through here, and then we can go ahead and plug it in. All right, so for the passenger side, we're gonna go ahead and again, run the cable. You run it right along through the bottom of here, underneath this fuse box. And then we're gonna go ahead and fish it straight down into the fender well, where we can then plug it into the back of our passenger side bezel. Okay, so now that we've got the passenger side wired up, we can go ahead and connect it. Now connected, we can go ahead and tuck the wires back into here. And then before we put everything away, we're gonna go ahead and do a full function test. All right, so we are working with the aux switch. All right, so now that we've function tested everything, we know everything works, we can go ahead and just reassemble the truck. So putting everything in the footwell and the engine bay back to the way it was originally. Make sure you smash that like button. And if you have any questions or want to purchase any of these kits, the link will be in the description.